Same category.
Yeah. We are in the same category, and it's not young. Contracted at 160 pounds, Michael Chandler told us he is in the best shape of his life, and he had plenty of time to prepare for Sidney Outlaw, who replaces Benson Henderson on 3 weeks' notice. His first fight in Japan, he said, I spent 1 week losing weight, 1 week training, 1 week here. Now I'm going to spend as much time as it takes to get one win over Michael Chandler.
Set now to make his way to the cage, Sidney Outlaw.
Just fought 44 days ago in Tel Aviv, defeating Roger Huerta. Said he really didn't feel great during that fight though, John. Bad rehydration after his cut. Promised us he would do it all right for tonight's fight against the former three-time lightweight champion of the world.
Well, I'll tell you what, for a guy that didn't feel real good, he put on an outstanding performance against a very good fighter in Roger Huerta. He is on a current 9-fight win streak. He's a black belt in BJJ from Renzo Gracie. We know he's good on the ground, but what most people don't realize is Sidney Outlaw is actually very good with his hands on his feet. That makes him dangerous.
Talks a lot about Jorge Masvidal's effect on him, and look at the corner, an all-star corner, including King Mo Lawal. Sidney Outlaw looking to move to 3-0 in his young Bellator career.
Making his way to the cage, Iron Michael Chandler.
Here we go.
The former champion said, and I quote, I cannot enjoy the fruits and the spoils of my victories if I cannot accept my losses when they come. He has accepted the setback to Patricio Pitbull. He is moving forward, and tonight a monumental moment for Michael Chandler. The previous big moment was MSG. That did not go well for Iron Michael Chandler. He wants a little something different here tonight.
He definitely wants a different result than what happened at MSG. But, you know, he's a three-time champion, Mike, and he is so explosive. He's got fast hands, power. He can make a bobblehead instantly out of any fighter. And you've got to be respectful of his ground game, because on the ground, he's very hard to submit, and he is very dominant in the top position.
He has been a Bellator star for many, many years. Tonight, his 22nd Bellator fight, tied for number 2 with Patricio. Only David Rickles has more with 23. Our tail of the tape for this, our co-main event of the evening. 2-inch reach advantage for Sidney Outlaw, who is the younger of the two fighters. Of course, as John said, Michael Chandler has held the lightweight belt not once, not twice, but 3 times. Once again, here is the voice, Michael C. Williams.
From Tokyo, Japan, Bellator MMA Now presents tonight's co-main event, 3 5-minute rounds at a contracted 160 pounds. And now live on Paramount Network, we introduce first the blue corner. At 5'9", weighing in 160.9 pounds, his professional record 14 wins, 3 losses, fighting out of Coconut Creek, Florida, by way of Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, USA, presenting Sidney Outlaw. And across the cage, his adversary, fighting out of the red corner. At 5'8", weighing in 160.7 pounds, the 3-time former Bellator lightweight world champion brings a professional record with 19 victories, 5 defeats. By way of Nashville, Tennessee, he fights out of Fort Lauderdale, Florida, USA, presenting Iron Michael Chandler. And the referee in charge of the action, Brian Miner.
Gentlemen, one of the rules in the back. Fight hard, fight clean. You want to touch gloves, do it now. Good luck to you both.
Brian Miner, our referee. Sidney Outlaw. Michael Chandler. Co-main event of the evening. Saitama Super Arena.
You ready? You ready?
Here we go! Chandler in the red gloves, Outlaw in the blue gloves. Their home gyms separated by about, what, John? 8 to 10 miles, maybe?
Yeah, about 10 miles. This is, right now, what you're seeing, this is going to be a back and forth as far as pressure. Nice shot by Michael Chandler. Big body shots. If Sidney Outlaw is not moving forward, he is not as good in the stand-up. He is a move-forward type of fighter, but so is Michael. And so it's a question of who's going to be able to be the guy that establishes that I'm the guy that's going to press in this fight.
Michael really working the body early.
Body shots pay off, man.
Oh, yeah.
You're just putting dollars in the bank for later on in the fight.
Like the old video game. Knock him out, knock him out. Michael Sr., Mom Betty, wife Bree.
That was a beautiful right hand
tonight
to the body. Beautiful right hand. Straight, low, solid.
Pulled the leg out. Sidney Outlaw, 9-fight win streak. Very impressive in his return to the Bellator cage. It had been 5.5 years between Bellator fights for Outlaw, and he was able to defeat Roger Huerta by unanimous decision.
Michael Chandler just keeps on going right back to that body shot, that straight right hand to the solar plexus of Sidney Outlaw. Sidney's taking it well, but you can only take so many of those before it starts to have an effect on your performance.
Michael Chandler very relaxed, really taking it all in this week. Not really looking back, no rear view mirror to what happened a few months ago, well, back in May, John, outside of downtown Chicago in that lightweight title fight against Patricio Pitbull. He said, hey, you can't, he said at my age, you can't control what happens in fights. He finally learned that. Sometimes it's going to go your way, sometimes it's not.
Well, you definitely cannot control everything. That was a nice uppercut by Sidney Outlaw, landed on Chandler right there. One of the things that we talk about all the time is it's a fight, yes, but it's competition. And sometimes you're going to lose in competition. And it's the way you handle those losses that are going to define who you are and what you are and where your career is going to go. And the one thing that you have got to say, Michael Chandler handled that loss to a guy in Patricio Pitbull that they didn't get along. He handled it with class. He said, you know what, good, shot. That's a big shot right there.
It is all over, just like that. Michael Chandler by knockout.
Wow! That was just a laser beam. that just starched Sidney Outlaw. That would have put anybody down. That thing had power, speed behind it. When Michael Chandler is on and he is throwing his hands, he is dangerous.
Boom. Right behind the ear.
Yeah, same kind of shot that he was put down by Pitbull in his last fight. It's just a spot that just short circuits you, and that's what happens to Sidney Outlaw.
Reminiscent of his vicious first-round KO of Patricky Pitbull back in 2016, Michael Chandler finishes Sidney Outlaw with a beautiful straight right hand. We will make it official from here live on Paramount Network in Japan when we come back. What a performance, what a finish for Iron Michael Chandler. Simply outstanding with the knockout of Sidney Outlaw. Our fight replay brought to you by the Marines. He was sharp throughout the fight, and his finish as good as any, as we have seen in his career. And he has had a few vicious knockouts, to say the least. Couple more looks at it. Hands were clean. The finish was there. And a job well done by Iron Michael Chandler. The Marines keeping us safe every single day. Official decision, Michael C. Williams.
Ladies and gentlemen, it comes to an end officially. 2 minutes, 59 seconds into round number 1. The winner by knockout, Iron Michael Chandler.
Knockout for Chandler.